Okay, so today we're going to do introduction to manicure. So this is the practical side of the class. So we'll just run through quickly the order of equipment on our table. So we've got anti-bac, we've got a bowl with cotton wool, nail polish remover, we've got a file, we've got the buffer, cuticle cream, the bowl. In the sanitizer we've got spatula, we've got orange stick, we've got a hoof stick, we've got a cuticle pusher, a cuticle remover, and we've got nail clippers if we want to reduce the length of the nails excessively. And then last of all, we've just got our massage cream here. So in the middle of the table you can see that the client's hand is already resting just on a towel that's been rolled up, just to give the client a little bit of support for the treatment. Okay, so first things first then, what we've got to do is we've just got to check our client's hand, just make sure there's no contraindications here and the client is able to leave their ring, their wedding ring on their ring finger. Okay, so the client's hand looks good. Okay, so first step, just a bit of antiseptic, anti-bac. So we're just going to rub it through the client's hand just before we start the treatment. Okay. Right, so first things first, even if the client hasn't got any nail polish on, what we do is we get the cotton wool, we fold that in half, and then we wrap that round your middle finger. Okay, so you're supporting it with your index finger and your ring finger, so it's wrapped around the middle finger and you're holding it with your other two fingers. Okay, nail polish remover, 2, and lid back on, and put that back into position. Okay, so we take the client's first finger, and what you're going to do is you're going to press, rock and pull. And if the client's got any colour on already, this should take that off in one go. So rock, press and pull. So do that for all the fingers and the thumb. Okay, and discard the cotton wool. Okay, so now we're going to do the filing. So what we need to do is we need to check with our client what shape our client would like their nails. So what shape would you like? Would you like round, oval, square?
Round, please.
Okay. So you're holding your file as if your fingers and your thumb are glued on to the file. Okay. So for the whole of the time that you're filing, your fingers are not moving from this position. And we're going to start from the fingers and we're going to the end. And what you do is you follow it round. Okay. Now the file shouldn't be flat and it shouldn't be straight. It should be at a 45-degree angle. Okay. And we're never sawing the nail. Okay, this is wrong because the nail can split. So 45 degrees in one direction. Okay, so let's get started. So remember, fingers are stuck and they're not going to move from this position. So supporting the client's finger as you're doing it. And then when you're coming to the other side, remember your fingers are locked on here. So you rotate your hand around and you go from the top to the bottom this side. So you're listening for that sound. And the client's asked for a round shape, so remember to angle the nail as you go. Okay, and when you finish, you're then going to bevel. So bevel is just a vertical with the file just to remove any excess or rough bits of nail that have been left on. Okay, so let's just carry on. So you're listening for the sound, okay? And remember, the file comes off the nail after each movement because you're only going in one direction. And bevel. Collect the next finger and do the same again. And the more confident you get, the quicker you'll become. And bevel. Okay, and if you can see any little bits of loose nail underneath, just flick them forwards with the file and just go over that again. And always just bevel to make sure at the end, okay? And thumb. Okay. So pop your file back in the correct position, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to buff. So on the buffer, it's got number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we follow it round in the number order. Okay, and the idea is to take a little bit of the top of the nail off. You'll find a white powder forms, and then as you go round and round and round and you come to shine, then you will see a real difference at the end. Okay, so let's have a go. So holding the buffer top to bottom, supporting the client's finger, you're going in an upwards and downwards motion at speed, okay? And what you'll start to see is a white powder starts to form on the nails, okay? I'll just see if I can zoom in a minute on that. So, okay, there's like a white powder's formed here now. Okay, so number 2, buff me. So the client might start to feel a little bit of warmth on the nail as you're doing this, because it's like a friction, it's going at speed. Number 3, polish. This is good for your arm muscles. Gets you working hard. And finally, number 4, shine. Okay, and at the end of that you should see a glossy finish to the nail. Okay, so it starts to look like you've got some clear nail polish on. Okay, so continue with that on the next 4 fingers and the thumb. Oh, this one's got a lot of white powder coming on it. Down to number 3, and shine with number 4. Okay, so that's looking really shiny. Okay, next one. Whew, that's got loads of powder on that one. Down to number 2. Round straight to number 3. And shine, number 4. Looking good. 2 more to go. Lots of powder coming on these ones. Two. 3, and shine. Lovely. And finally the thumb. Now with the thumb, because we've got the knuckle here, which is higher than the nail, you're going to have to rotate so you're going acrossways on the thumb rather than straight up and down vertical. So number 2. Number 3. And number 4. Okay, lovely. So just pop you, yeah. Okay, and they're looking lovely and glossy now. So pop your file back in position. And the next thing we're going to do then is we're going to work on the cuticles. So remember, the cuticles is the bit of skin at the bottom here of the nail. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to use the cuticle cream. So what we do, pop a little blob on the side of your thumb. Okay, you don't need too much, so just a little bit. And then with your ring finger, you're going to just apply a couple of dots around the cuticles of each finger and thumb. Okay, and then with your thumb, you're just going to massage that in to the cuticles. Okay, so you're not going down the finger because it's not a finger massage. We're just rubbing the cream into the cuticle. So once that's being rubbed in, pick up the next finger and do the same. Okay, right, so the next stage is to soak the hands in the bowl and soften up those cuticles. Okay, so we need to tell our client where we're just going for a couple of minutes. So tell your client where you're going. I'm just going to get some hot water, okay?
Okay.